Dear students, welcome to my YouTube channel Unique Physics by HJ Sir. 12th Physics, chapter number 1, Electric Charges and Field. In last video, we explained electric field due to uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. Now in this video, we are going to explain equation of electric field vector E due to uniformly charged thin spherical cell. So here we have uniformly charged thin spherical cell, and here we want equation of electric field due to this spherical cell, okay, using Gauss law. So here we consider two situations: electric field outside the spherical cell and electric field inside the spherical cell. So now, as shown in figure, consider a uniformly charged thin spherical cell. So this is our spherical cell. Continuous line represents spherical cell, okay, and here we consider continuous distribution of charges on the surface of spherical cell, okay. The surface charge density of this spherical cell is sigma, okay. Spherical cell is two-dimensional concept, that's why we use surface charge distribution, and surface charge distribution has surface charge density sigma. Now suppose charge on a surface of cell is small q, okay. Suppose small q charges are uniformly distributed on the surface of cell, okay. This is our cell, and here small q charges are uniformly distributed on the surface of cell, and radius of cell is capital R, okay. So here we use equation of sigma. Therefore surface charge density sigma is equals to q upon a charge upon unit area. Make equation of q. So q is equals to, we can write sigma into a. Sigma as it is, a means area. Now radius of this spherical cell is capital R, okay, original radius. So area of this spherical cell is given by 4 pi r square, and this is our equation number 1. Now first of all we find electric field vector E outside the cell, okay. So this is our spherical cell. Radius of this spherical cell is capital R. We want electric field outside the spherical cell. So here we imagine a Gaussian surface. So this dotted circle represent Gaussian surface, and radius of Gaussian surface is small r, okay, and here small r is greater than capital R. First of all we use equation of electric flux. Electric flux phi is equals to E into S, electric field into surface area. But here surface area of this Gaussian surface, okay, this is our suppose first Gaussian surface. Surface area of first Gaussian surface is 4 pi r square. So phi is equals to E into 4 pi r square. This is our equation number 2, and according to Gauss law, phi is equals to q upon epsilon 0, charge enclosed by closed surface to epsilon 0. This is our equation number 3, okay. Here we will use our first Gaussian surface, so be careful about equation of area, okay. In equation of charge, q is equals to sigma into a, we use our original spherical cell, and radius of original spherical cell is capital R. That's why we use equation of area 4 pi r square. But here we use surface area of first Gaussian surface, its radius is small r. That's why we use 4 pi small r square. Now we have equation number 2, E into 4 pi r square, and equation number 3, phi is equals to q upon epsilon 0. Now here we will compare these two equations. So compare equation number 2 and 3. So E into 4 pi r square, small r square, is equals to, we can write Q upon epsilon 0. Okay, electric flux passing through this first Gaussian surface is equals to electric flux produced by small q charge uniformly distributed over this spherical cell. We want equation of electric field, so make equation of E. Therefore E is equals to, we can write Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square. Here 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 r square is nothing but K, Coulomb constant. That's why here we form E is equals to KQ upon R square. Okay, this is our scalar form of electric field. We want vector form, so here we use vector E is equals to KQ upon R square into R cap, where R cap represent unit vector. Okay, and for positive distribution of charges, direction of electric field is radially outward, and for negative distribution of charges, direction of electric field is radially inward. Now here we find electric field inside the cell. So here we consider same situation. Okay, now here we want electric field inside the cell. So as shown in figure A, similarly we consider Gaussian surface inside the spherical cell. Okay, so see this figure very carefully. This is our spherical cell. Continuous line represents spherical cell. Positive charges are uniformly distributed over the spherical cell. We consider second Gaussian surface, okay, inside the spherical cell. The radius of this Gaussian surface is smaller. So description of figure, as shown in figure, consider a Gaussian surface of radius smaller, okay, inside the cell, and here small r is less than capital R. Okay, radius of second Gaussian surface is less than radius of spherical cell. Now see this figure very carefully. Here charge enclosed by second Gaussian surface is 0. Okay, there is no charge inside this Gaussian surface. Okay, because charges are uniformly distributed on the surface of cell. Charges inside the second Gaussian surface is 0. Okay, if charge is equals to 0, so electric field inside the spherical cell at all point is equals to 0. Okay, so this is the question of electric field produced by uniformly charged thin spherical cell. Here electric field outside the spherical cell, okay, is given by KQ upon R square into R cap, while electric field inside the spherical cell is always 0. Remember this question. This is important question of this chapter, and we will use this concept in our next chapter also. Thanks.